Well, hello, welcome to the Relationship Theory. Here we take difficult emotions in and talk them out like they are a regular conversation at scale. This is going to be about trees, somewhat. So, the thing I wanted to mention when it comes to trees is two things: size and photosynthesis. So, when it comes to size, what I want to talk about is the fruit of someone's being. We tend to look at the things that people are and do, and we judge them based off of that, like the fruits of their labor, right? We might have several skewed measurements when it comes to how we judge people. Let me not get into that. But nonetheless, we judge people by the fruits of their labor because we may want to have what someone else is having. Last video I talked about that. If you imagine the version of you that has what you wish you had, over time you have it because you forego all of the previous versions of you or the selves that would doubt or worry it away. Okay, so tree at scale. When we want to have the fruit of someone else's tree, sometimes what we do with the fruit that we're judging from them is look at it at scale. We look at someone's tree and we think that because it appears small to us that we see it at its size. Likewise, we assume that when we see a tree that looks large to us that we see it at size, when really we're looking at it at scale. Just because you see someone's tree looks small doesn't mean you're looking at it properly in scale. You might be seeing someone's tree be small because you're really far away. And then you bypass that person completely because you're like, oh, their tree isn't really all that big anyway. When you haven't even taken a step towards it, you just saw it from afar away and you said it's a small tree. Likewise, sometimes you don't notice things in life and then you turn around to see them and then they're this big, humongous structure to you. And you're like, well, this is the largest tree I've ever seen. Yeah, at scale. Sometimes when you don't notice stuff and then you notice it, it looks large to you. Now walk away from it and what do you get? You get a smaller tree. It's not that large. It's all at scale. The other thing I want to talk about is photosynthesis. And I want to talk about photosynthesis with this. What goes up must come down. Do you know that trees utilize photosynthesis to turn carbon monoxide into oxygen that we all breathe, right? Negativity into positivity, let's say. Now, humans have the same ability to do this thing daily, right? You can take negative emotions and then you can talk them out with yourself and come out with something positive at the end of the day. Notice that amongst all of the thoughts that you could possibly be thinking, everyone else is doing the same thing. You don't have to choose negative emotions to wallow in. You don't have to stay there. So if you opt to photosynthesize negativity, what comes down? So let's look at those two things when we want to judge someone's character.